Man, that guy's just Bane mean to me. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. This season has been really strange with all the Doubtcrons and the off-meta counters, and it's gotten weirder with Bane. So we've got footage with Bane destroying some things and changing the meta in an incredibly crazy way. I kind of think it ruins JC in some ways, but let's get into it. This isn't just about Bane. And it's about what adjustments can we make to our defenses and offenses, given the sense, or given the idea that we already have 4 matches under our belt. What's going to be the best decision moving forward? So before we do that, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all your support, guys. Truly appreciate every single one of you. And if you want to support this channel for free, guys, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment, mount the algorithm, folks. It's the mid-season. Mount the mid-season algo. It's a thing. Let's make it a thing, at least. So, let's go to the game real... Whoa, we're in the game. This is madness. Whoa. Who frickin' keeps putting me in here? Okay, so... Alright, here's the thing, guys. I'm gonna put a lot of GLs on defense, basically. I mean, that's what I said at the start, but I want to show you guys how I'm doing it and what teams you guys can counter, because we keep seeing these recurring themes. Like, there's a ton of teams that are on defense right now that are on everyone's defense, it seems like. I've seen tons of GAC maps, tons of people placing the exact same stuff or slight variants of it. And so I want to kind of address what's going on, because a lot of people are playing high efficiency right now. They're keeping all their GLs, and so there's a really clear counter to that where you place your own GLs and use off-meta stuff. And I know everyone doesn't have all the toys, but here's what I've been doing to pretty good effect. So hopefully you can use some of this. Other stuff maybe just file away, but first off, I think you should keep Seer and company with Malgus, maybe Maul as well, as you guys will see some of the footage. I think you should keep Malgus as well. So the Seer team is okay on defense, but there's a lot of utility for keeping Seer on offense. Malgus, there's almost no good reason to place Malgus on defense because he loses to a Jedi Cal team, which everyone's going to have Jedi Cal here pretty soon as well. So we're going to have Jedi Cal, and he also counters one of the most prevalent teams on defense right now, which is the Imperial Remnant. Now, the Imperial Remnant, yeah, they lose 98% of the time to Malgus. And so keeping the Imperial Remnant team on defense is, in fact, not a good idea, because most people are starting to adjust and they're saying, oh, okay, so cool. Malgus is just going to kill my Imperial Remnant for really good, consistent banners. Why should I just throw this team away when it has a lot of use on offense? And so you also want to keep Aphra. I mean, that's no surprise, but you should... I have a little bit of footage there. And then I'm keeping 2 Galactic Legends, folks. 2 Galactic Legends, because you can put 6 down and mess with people in a big way. Because you can put, like, Sith... You can put the Saw team with Chase on it, with the turret cron and everything in the front. People use Aphra to take that team out, and then when they get to the back, they don't have an Aphra team to kill your Jabba, and they're just kind of out of luck, hopefully. You know, that's the idea anyways. So I'm keeping Jedi Master Luke and Sith Eternal Emperor, because both of them have very dubious levels of helpfulness in GAC right now on defense, especially because, well, I mean, Sith Eternal Emperor can do okay on defense, I guess, but I think he's a pretty good utility piece, and we'll go over that as well. And then you can keep Bane, which Bane is kind of the catch-all here, guys. It makes it possible to just go crazy hard on defense, because he can, when he destroy, man, I'm just... It's so crazy, guys. I have footage. You guys can watch it. Hang out to watch it. So, specifically, one other thing I want to point out, guys. I think you should be putting Starkiller on defense with a Doubtcron. Do that with a Doubtcron, because here's the thing. normally Starkiller, I advise heavily against Starkiller being on defense because, first off, he's useful against Rey or other Galactic Legends, depending on what the Datacron set is. And this is actually a set where Starkiller can beat some versions of Rey. However, the best versions of Rey right now have a lot of deflection or crit avoid, which means you're not going to be able to stop what Rey is doing with Starkiller. I'm almost ready to admit that maybe Starkiller isn't going to be a great Rey counter moving forward. It's really sad, but it's been several GAC metas now with Datacrons that have made Starkiller really struggle against Rey. So, anyways, putting this on defense, normally I'm like, oh, well, don't do that either. Like, even if you just keep it and don't, just have to use it against a Zori team or something, like, keep Starkiller, because it dies so easily. You die to General Grievous really easy. And you die to CLS teams, both of which people all have and often keep for offense. So putting Starkiller on defense, I'm usually like, well, that's foolish. But the commonality between General Grievous and CLS is that they both really enjoy long walks on the beach. No, they don't do that. I don't know why I said that, actually. What they do is they do turn meter really well. I don't even know, does Grievous, I guess he walks. He just has so many arms. Anyways, BB-8 rolls, though. He gets sand everywhere. Anakin hates him. So, anyways, these two teams really love turn meter, and so the second you attack a Starkiller team with these guys, just everything grinds to a halt, and Starkiller just runs away with the turn meter train because they have turn meter as well. And so maybe you could use Grievous with your own Doubtcron, but I think that would just turn into a weird attrition-y mess, to be honest. I don't know how that would go. I don't think it's going to end well for you. And the CLS team is really strong against it until they can't gain bonus turn meter, which Doubt obviously stops. And so the two really cheap counters to Starkiller are gone. And, you can use Jawas, actually, if you have the Jawacon. So maybe look at your opponent's roster and see, do they have the Jawacon? If not, then great. Like, you can use some Jawas here, or you can use your Starkiller on defense. The best thing that they really kill is this General Skywalker team where people are putting Rex, which, it's a pretty solid team that requires a strong counter, but if that's the only reason you're keeping Starkiller, otherwise Starkiller requires something really strong, like a Galactic Legend level thing to beat it. And so you're doing a disservice to yourself by keeping it for killing lesser teams. It doesn't really punch up, really, not that much, but it can really force your opponent to use a lot of really good teams on offense to be able to beat it. So, put a Starkiller team down with Doubt and then move right along. All right, so first off, guys, let's talk about for the teams you want to keep on offense. So Malgus, this has been a thing that a lot of people have been struggling to kind of wrap their head around, and pretty soon everyone's going to have Jedi Cal, or at least they should. People should have been working on these requirements forever. Jedi Cal, transcendent, game-changing, amazing character that makes your Jedi extremely flexible and strong. He's going to be out in a few days, and I guess we won't have him for this meta, but one way or another, this team loses to Jedi Cal. If they don't have Jedi Cal, that I guess you could put this on defense and mess with people. That's probably reasonable. However, it does have a couple really strong teams that it counters, and so it loses to a pretty cheap team, but it counters some really good teams. 98% win rate against the Imperial Remnant team, guys. Even with really high relics, even with the good Datacron. Remember, this is Empire's Datacron right now, and it is really strong. But Malgus just doesn't care. He just destroys them. He also beats the Seer team pretty hard. Like, here, let's go look at some footage real quick, guys. We're gonna go back and forth a little bit. So, I'm not gonna show you guys the entire fight every time, but you can just see. This was just my footage from earlier tonight with my main account, alt account. Just melting this team for 75, and then just a little bit later, at a 74. And then this is footage. Hold on a sec. I gotta make sure we do this right. This is footage from Calvin Awesome. He is a fellow streamer and YouTuber. You guys can go look him up. Really good player. He did this tonight. He used the Inquisition here against Reva, and I mean, you know, it looks kind of grim at first. Remember, this is a really good Empire Cron as well, but once you can kind of get past the get past that taunt with Reva, like you can just fear them, control them. Grand Inquisitor's super easy to kill, and then eventually you just kill Reva once and twice and 3 times. She's gone for 63. Okay. So, okay, I did start. Nice. Okay, so Malgus, I just think he has too much value right now to be putting on defense to get slapped around by a smaller level team. I foresee him, especially, he doesn't care about turn meter either. Like Doubt, he doesn't care about Doubt. He cares a tiny bit about some protection regen from Doubt, but otherwise, he just, this team is built for offense right now. He's going to be great in the upcoming meta for the foreseeable future. He's been great on offense anyways, but especially in a meta that really restricts and constricts that turn meter train, that this Malgus team is going to be really strong. Now, the next team is going to be Seer Malakos. Now, this team has a decent argument for staying on offense, honestly, or on defense. I do like it on offense though, guys, because of the amazing way it can punch up. So first off, if you have Maul, you can kill any version of Rey that you want. You can also have a decent chance at killing teams like Lord Vader. You can do a lot of damage to, well, a lot of different teams. Like I think Supreme Leader Kylo, it kind of does well against. I want to see how it does against Jabba without this crazy Jabba Cron. We'll see. Anyways, guys, so it does really well there against Rey, and then it also does pretty well against the Saw Chase team that everyone's been running. And I mean, that Saw Chase team is so good on defense. I would keep it on defense just because people make a lot of errors against it, and it really forces people to use a good team. I've seen a lot of people use Aphra, which Aphra does work, but you need Aphra to kill other squads. And so the idea is to have a really flexible number of teams where it's like, okay, we can kill multiple different GLs with different things. And so if Aphra needs to be used to kill Jabba, for instance, then we still need a way to kill this Saw team with Chase. And so using Seer Malakos is a great way to do that. You can see here against a Rey team, if they have Baby Cal on the team, you probably really do want to have that. You really want to have Maul on the team if you can. You don't absolutely have to, though. So you can see Malakos throwing rocks. He doesn't quite get to the kill immediately, but he ramps up a little bit. Eventually, the entire team just kind of fragments. One thing I love about the Seer team with Malakos is once you kill Ben, he's dead forever because Malakos denies revives permanently on Ben. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. You can just take out Rey here. I love that Fulcrum's getting ready to kill Rey, and Malakos just takes her out. You can also use this team to take out this Saw Chase squad, which is obviously, I mean, they do a lot of damage, guys. All those heal over times are super scary, but really, Malakos just destroys them, and it's a lot of fun, man. It's super fun, in fact. Okay, and then as bonus, guys, I'm going to show you guys. I have a Paz Cron here with Maul. We're just using Maul DeLoreans, just kind of leftovers. We do have Watt, yeah, and it's against Reva. We have a no revive level 6. So, I mean, that's the only real way, because if you're trying to kill Reva multiple times, it just might not happen, frankly. You can see we have Death Mark. I don't know how consistent this is. I just threw this in there just to show you. If you can save Maul, and he's available, like, you don't necessarily have to have Bo-Katan. You can, the new Bo-Katan Mandalore, as long as you have Paz, you're still being able to kill some of these really strong teams. And this is a really epic fight because of there's a lot of reasons, in fact. So, Maul's out of anger charges, and Eighth Brother is here for our souls, folks. Just What a jerk. Luckily, Paz actually hits pretty hard. So, pretty epic, guys. Okay, so next let's talk a little bit about Imperial Remnant. So, if we're leaving Imperial Remnant on defense to be butchered by Malgus, I mean, I just don't like those kind of gimme things. You're like, oh, hey, let's just trade these squads. I don't love that necessarily, guys. So, what are we doing? If we're keeping Imperial Remnant, they better be able to kill something important, right? To me, that seems a little bit important, at least. So, what do we want to do with them? I mean, they have a couple good uses. Like, it's kind of cyclical. All these different teams kind of mess with each other. So, first off, they, like, so, you know, this team, Remnant, sorry, I keep reading the word Malgus is what I'm trying to spit out, but, this team goes in and destroys the Malgus squad. It just does. It's fun. It also destroys the Saw team with Chase again. So that, I mean, that's also really fun. Let's go look at some video of that. Just you know, not much video, I suppose, but let's go. So yeah, you can see they just punched the lights out here. And then hold on a sec. We gotta do this again. So this is footage from my good friend Canada Fett here. And well, hold on. Okay, weird adjustments here to the name, but yeah, you can just see. I mean, they just destroy that Saw team as well, and I didn't show you guys the full footage because we're trying to get out of here at a reasonable time, but it's pretty good. Let's go talk about Aphra a little bit here, folks. Hold on. Okay, so what does Aphra do? You want to keep her on offense anyway. She kills Jabba, obviously. If your opponent doesn't have Jabba, what else does she do? So, I mean, if if you followed my advice, then, I mean, you might run into a Starkiller squad, and Aphra does pretty well dealing with that. And hey, look at that. Another counter to this Saw Chase team. I mean, you know, and obviously Aphra has other uses, but these are just some fairly obvious ones. And yeah, so you can see against this Saw Chase team, and this isn't the very best example because they have wigs on the team apparently, which is not the best version. But I mean, I've done it consistently every time. This time, oh, what, Canada? Why is your name still here? Dang, dude. Oh, this isn't his footage, guys. I love him, but that's not the footage. So, and then, yeah, just take out the Starkiller squad as well. Poor Saw Chase. We're using all the good teams to take care of it, but I mean, it's demanding a good team every time, and we got to be flexible on offense. Anyways, so yeah, good job to Aphra there, and okay, I want to show you guys some footage from just some Jedi. So, like I said, I think you should keep two different teams of Jedi, or two different GLs. First, you should keep Jedi Master Luke and the Jedi, because they're not good on defense anyways, and they kill a lot of just, you know, one-off things, like, yeah, you can see they took out Rey here, they took out whatever that other team was, not too bad. And, so the big thing here, guys, is you want to keep the other GL, and honestly, you don't need Bane to go with, say, the Eternal Emperor, is what we learned. That's our big takeaway from this first week using Bane. So you can use, say, the Eternal as kind of just this stopgap of, let's just kill some good teams. So you can kill that Saw team, you can kill Malgus team, lots of different things. You can just use, you know, say the Empire Trooper is usually enough, frankly, and you don't need Bane, though. You guys will see it. It's insane. And I wasn't trying to rhyme there, but, you know, yeah, you could take out some of these, you know, like some weird, like, Dash with Bam team. You could take out, like, that kind of, like, people are still using the Savage lead Treya squad. And, you know, he still does pretty well in those roles. And then, I guess, apparently I added this footage. So I'm just using, like, a Dash Bam team. You kill all but Lord Vader, and then you use troopers to punch them out. Oh, look at that, some Jedi footage. Hold on a sec, guys. Okay, sorry to skip all over the place with this, guys. I'm working on new ways to edit my videos, and it's this isn't the very best efficient way, but it does signify that better things are coming. So, anyways, Bane, folks, remember, Bane is crazy because he is able to, his Omicron gives him a ton of extra mastery, a ton of extra health and protection. It gives, and then it takes off. Like you can use it to increase cooldowns by 2 on his move, which is really important against things. And so when your opponent, or when your ally dies, your Sith ally dies, he gets a ton of mastery as well. Or maybe, is it mastery? It is at least offense and crit damage. And so he does a lot more damage when his friend dies. And so you're just using Bane lead with Sith Assassin here. And it's just, so this is my own, account. This is my own Bane. He's Relic 9. I'll show you guys footage from from my smaller account. I mean, he's Relic 8 still, but Sith Assassin is Relic 8, and you can see I wanted Sith Assassin to die so that Bane would survive Maul's frenzy here. And you can already see, like, we've increased all their cooldowns once. Here, let's do it again. Cool. And I mean, we survived that Maul barrage like a champ. Remember, we have way more health pool, a way bigger health pool than a protection pool. So even though he took out my protection pretty well, he wasn't that far into the health, which was the stat that really mattered. But yeah, you could just see whatever his lightsaber glowy thing is, whatever the hell that thing is, it's just ready to hack Lord Vader into little pieces. And I'm told, well, you can see he even recovers his protection and everything every time he takes a turn, just like if he had Watt there. Yeah, so 65. And I'm told that works against Leia. Now, here's my alt account using it against an Inquisition squad. And it's... so this time I'm using Talon, and she's in stealth, which is no good. You need to get out of stealth, please, Talon. And Talon's only Relic 5 here, I believe. So, and she has terrible mods, but it doesn't matter. You want her to die, in fact. Please die, Talon. That would be nice. Dude, how is she? I guess Bane is making her super thick anyways. But now he just inherited all of her power, and it's about time to kill the entire team with 1 Force Drain. And then, so let's do this. And then remember, Reva has multiple lives, but she's able to... You get 1 shot her if you use her basic. And look at that, 167,000 damage with his basic. And so, I mean, it's totally doable, guys. I know that it seems a little bit different if your opponent places their own 6 GLs. Can you use the teams that I just showed to kill them? I actually do think you can. I have videos out there you guys can find pretty recently about how to do that, or at least on some levels you can. And I mean, yeah, I just really like doing the off-meta stuff, guys. So, I think it's gonna. I mean, it's fine if you want to keep a lot of GLs and all of that. It's kind of boring though to me. I would prefer to do the off-meta stuff, and Bane really just pushes the needle to 3,000 or something. I don't. Is 3,000 something you push the needle to? I'm not sure, but one way or another, guys, he just destroys people so hard, and it's really fun. It is super fun to watch him do it. That being said, I almost think he ruins GAC. We'll talk about it later, guys. I almost think that now it's like we have another Galactic Legend. He's almost that level, because you don't need him with Sith Eternal. And I don't know, 9 GLs, people can just keep 9 teams that they auto-win with. I don't know if I love that, guys. So let's talk about it later. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.